Hi there! This video is for the February Art Addicts Alliance collaboration, and the themes chosen were Period Piece or Under $10 Challenge, and I went with both. Before we get into the actual painting, these lovely people are the current participating members of the AAA. Jazz Capri, Weblight Dreams, Jenna Gets Creative, Pan-Dimensional Space Zombie, All Funnies and Games, Aurora's Art World, Blue Flynn, yours truly, Justin Dwyer Artistry, Enjoy Drawing with Mary, and everyone please welcome yet another new member, Darkstar Creations. It's so awesome to be getting new members. Please be sure to check out everyone's video for this month. All of their channels are in description land. Like I said at the beginning, our top two winning themes we got to choose from were Period Piece, meaning something of a historical nature, or Under $10 Challenge. Period Piece, I believe, was actually my suggestion, but I've been wanting to do a cheap art supply challenge, so I thought this would be a good time to try both. Starting with the products. All the products I used will be listed in the description box below. This is a set of tubed watercolor paints I bought from the Dollar General, not to be confused with Dollar Tree. They cost $3.50 and come with 8 colors. These are round brushes from Walmart, pricing at $2.97. There are 4 brushes that come in sizes 1, 3, 5, and 8. This is a mixing palette from the Dollar General, cost $1. If you don't like these types of palettes, there are rectangular palettes at the Dollar General with larger mixing wells for about $3. This sketchbook here is from Walmart and cost $1.47. It actually has pretty decent paper and a customizable front cover slot, which I thought was neat. So far, the total cost of these 4 items comes to $8.94. You may have noticed in the first clip that I also had some pencils in the shot, and I didn't add them into the initial purchase group because I'm going off the assumption that most everyone has a pencil in their home. The reason I suggested Period Piece was because I have this DVD that I absolutely love called The Inheritance. I'll be drawing and painting a headshot and a full body of 2 different characters from this film. There are more movies with this name than I realized, so when I looked it up online, I was confused for a second, but just add Louisa May Alcott to the search for the one I'm talking about. It came out in 1997 and was based on the writings of Louisa May Alcott. This will be a spoiler-free commentary, but I highly suggest you look it up and watch it when you have time. It takes place in the 1800s and centers on the main character, Edith Adelon. She is a servant for a rich family that she's very close with because they took her in when she was orphaned as a baby. She doesn't really have a lot of character development in this movie because her character is basically already perfect, ethical and moral in every way. I guess except for the fact that she doesn't snitch on her fellow servant when she catches him stealing, but some might consider that a good thing. I love the costumes in this movie, and while I'm not familiar with what is considered historically accurate, I do suggest watching Bernadette Banner here on YouTube. She is an amazing seamstress that focuses on 1800s to 1900s clothing. She is really funny and incredibly knowledgeable, and just a joy to watch. Her channel will also be in the description. Here I'm getting ready to swatch my paints to see what I'm working with. The colors are really bright and pretty straight out of the tube. The brown was lumpy though. I'll be using the largest brush, the size 8. I can't help but think they should have made the writing on the brush barrels a little more contrasted. You can barely see it. Brushes usually come with glue on the end to hold the bristles together, so just wash that off real quick with some water. And now it's nice and soft. I started with pure pigment on the brush and added water gradually to see how the paint looked when it's diluted. It was looking pretty nice. The colors are practically identical to the tubes. And I forgot to swatch the blue. So yeah, the colors all match what's on the tubes pretty well, except for the brown. It's much lighter and it's a bit on the orangey side in my opinion. No matter, you can mix purple and yellow for one of the prettiest browns, in my opinion. Now I'm just going to test the smudge factor of these paints over my pencils. This is always a really good idea, even more so if you're going to be using pens with the paints. Some pens, markers, fine liners smudge when you add water, so it's better to find out on a swatch sheet than your artwork. These pencils do smudge if I rub them with my fingers, so always mind where you rest your hand when drawing. They both did pretty well with the watercolors, as long as there wasn't any prolonged rubbing. So our main character Edith gets a glow-up scene when she gets invited to attend a ball, and that's the dress I'm painting her in here. It's an off-white, cream-colored gown, and funny enough, To make cream, you have to boil milk in a saucepan for 3 to 5 minutes. Kidding. Just making sure you're paying attention. To make the color cream, you have to mix yellow and white, and guess which color my paint set didn't include? No worries, I just watered down the yellow until you could barely see it, and used that to suggest the cream color. I also used my pencil to create the shadowed areas. Watercolor has a knack for drying lighter than you apply it, but this paint seems to be the champ of that. It's something to expect with super cheap paints though, as they don't have as much pigment. I was afraid to add too many layers as this paper isn't really meant for water and I didn't want it to start ripping up. But it held up really well and it's pretty satisfying to have little watercolor sketches crinkle the pages. So Edith, of course, has a romantic interest in this movie. I really enjoy their chemistry, but I have to say, the father is by far my favorite character of the movie. He's not Edith's father, but the father of the family she lives with. He's silly, quirky, and ahead of his time. I used my pencil to darken up the outer lines, but if you have an ink pen, this would probably look nicer. The graphite gives off a shiny finish. Her gown has this gorgeous, intricate lace detailing on the collar, way too intricate for me to draw. The second character I'll be painting from the movie is that family's cousin, Ida, who comes to stay with them in hopes of finding a suitable husband. She's rather unlikable in this movie, but I think the actress is incredible and she does a great job of making you not like her. She wears a green and black gown to the ball, but I decided to paint her in this dress because I just really like it. It's more of what I think would be considered casual dress, and so I thought it'd be an interesting change from the ball gown. I actually really like the muted purple color and her white lace gloves and parasol. Like I said, I don't know much about historical costume accuracy, but I thought that this outfit really gave you the sense that she's in a bit of a higher class than Edith. As they're walking together in this scene, you can see that Edith's outfit is even more casual, maybe something like that of a servant and not a member of the family. That's just what my brain puts together. At the end, I added just the tiniest bit more color to Edith's dress so that you could actually see it, and darkened all the lines with my pencil. I added a backsplash of color to try and help the dress stand out as well. The paper did curl a bit, but that's to be expected with drawing paper. I think I'm the most happy with Ida's page, probably because there's just more going on with colors and the style, but also the backsplash. I initially tried brown, but it was too close to the mauve color of her clothing, so I tried to change it to purple and it failed even harder. I realized I should have done a light color like yellow, but when I tried to add that, it was too late. I think it still looks kinda cool with the mixture of colors in the background. I really love how the detail in Ida's dress turned out. It looks much better than I thought it would. So what do you think of my under $10 period piece challenge? Do you think you'll try any of the supplies I used in this video? Let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in seeing a video about the supplies I normally use. Be sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel for more artsy videos. Okay, thanks for watching, bye!